What's up, guys? So in today's video I want to run over a trend that's just been on fire in crypto at the moment, and that is play to earn gaming and the metaverse. So about two and a half weeks ago, we ran over Merit Circle and they had their fair launch auction. Now, since the time of recording, it was at $2.80 and it is now at $8.42. So just shy of triple in value at the moment. If we look at the price chart, you can see it just fell short of $10. So at the moment, I do still think this has massive upside potential. You can kind of think of Merit Circle similar to Yield Guild Games, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, and they allow scholars to play the games for a profit share. So this is lowering the barrier to entry, as some of these NFTs that you need to buy in order to play games are quite expensive. So Merit Circle is allowing people to play these play to earn games, as well as also they're investing in the industry itself. So you can kind of think of Yield Guild Games and Merit Circle as a gaming and metaverse index, if you will. So if you go over to staking.meritcircle.io, you can actually stake your MC tokens for around 173% annual percentage yield, or APY. So one of the games that are going to feature with Merit Circle is Illuvium. This is another play to earn game that is based on Ethereum, and this is really amazing. They've got huge backers, as well as also, as you can see, you can actually buy land as well as also build your team to then play to earn. So besides having the land and the play to earn feature, what's really nice about this is you can say goodbye to gas. So they are partnering up or launching on Ethereum's first L2 for NFTs, Immutable X. And this is, if you just scroll to the top, you can see there's going to be this Illuvi Dex coming soon. So they're going to be building their own decentralized exchange on Immutable X, which will have zero fees. So this is a huge game changer for play to earn on Ethereum. If we look at the price chart, you can see we had this consolidation and accumulation between August, September, October. We've had a breakout, and as you can see, we've had this pullback, and then it looks like we're currently breaking out at the moment. So if you just look at the line chart, you can see how we've had this 0.123 break retest, and it looks like we're starting to break out now. So I think this is a really good play, long term, high quality. It should be valued at the same as, I would say, Sandbox, as well as also Decentraland. So a huge game, massive upside potential. As well as also, if you jump back over to Illuvium, there is the staking option over here, and you can take your ILV tokens and earn 39% interest. A lot of people have been skeptical over the crypto gaming, but honestly, the numbers just speak for itself. Earlier in August, I posted a tweet and said, how could you possibly bet against this? If you just look at the screenshot with protocol revenue, you can see how Axie Infinity in this week, a 7-day chart, it was actually outpacing the protocol revenue of Ethereum, as well as every single other token in the ecosystem. Now, if we just go over to Token Terminal today and we look at the 365-day chart, Axie Infinity is still in the top 3 and well ahead of all other protocols. It even has more protocol revenue than the most well-known NFT exchange, OpenSea. So if we look at the pricing, we had this massive run up in July, August. In August, I made the tweet, we had this massive run up. Now, a lot of people were betting against this because it had just run up too quickly. But like I say, the numbers speak for itself. So although people thought that this was just going to crash and be vaporware, it's actually proved itself. So if we just look here, we had this run up, and then we had a pullback. If we just take a fib from the low to the high, you can see we came into the moving average and the 78, and then we've come into the targets now. Now, one thing just to note, in a bull market, I wouldn't suggest looking at take profits on a fib. It's you're going to cut yourself short massively. So it's always good to take partial profits and take something off the table, but you don't want to miss the entire move. So if I just go back and show you the last leg, if you took profits around these points, which is when I actually started calling to say how could you bet against this, everyone wanted to short, and this was the perfect run-up for another 3x in price. So Axie Infinity has proven itself play to earn. Play to earn is also highly likely to onboard the next billion users. So this also leads me on to my next point. When looking at Illuvium and Axie Infinity, for example, a lot of people are stuck trying to pick the next Axie when Axie is the next Axie. So in my opinion, you should be choosing strong projects, but then actually focusing on the infrastructure. The infrastructure is most likely the easiest play. So if we just jump over, another thing that I pointed out in August was Rweave. And we had this perfect fractal from prior to the 2020 run, and we were at $15. If we look at the chart today, we had a run up to around $92, and we're currently sitting at 60. Now, infrastructure players are just massive. Having this decentralized storage base to store all of your NFTs and data in a decentralized fashion is just so important. So one of the plays as well was looking between Rweave and Filecoin, for instance. And just by market cap, it was clear that Rweave was undervalued, as well as also it had a lot more upside potential compared to Filecoin. So as well as also Rweave was pretty much the standard for Solana NFTs, so it just had a huge backing with the Metaverse and play-to-earn gaming narrative. Now, if I just split the chart, you can see in the time when we posted around $15, we had the run-up. In that period, Rweave did around 528%, and in the same period, Filecoin had gone up around 80%, but has actually outperformed and is down 20%. So one of the things that I want to point out now is we've seen this massive run on Rweave. There is potentially still further upside into around $120, but looking at this run up, and we've almost seen a trend of money flowing from Filecoin into Rweave potentially. I do believe that if we look at Filecoin, it is undervalued. So we've seen a decent run the start of the year. We've then seen this massive pullback. So it's had a drop of around 83%. We've had the bounce, and then we've slowly just been retracing. So I do believe this is a decent setup to be looking at Filecoin. Now, another massive infrastructure play is Render Network. This has just been going crazy. So this is shared GPU compute. Now, what's amazing about this is when you have a supply shock and there's this lack of hardware, it's obviously difficult for users to attain these graphics cards, but also the secondary prices continue to rise. So what's amazing with this is you could obviously request for certain things to be rendered, and then also users can process the jobs on the other end and earn the render tokens. So with the Render Network, you can do so many things. You could literally become a movie creator without all the tools and knowledge needed, because you have the shared GPU compute and this massive network of GPU power. So for the Render Network, there's so many things that it can be used for: media, industrial, AR, VR, gaming, you name it. There's so many things that can happen with the Render Network. I highly recommend checking out the Breakpoint conference. There was this segment on rendering the Metaverse with Solana, as well as also prior to that happening, we saw Jules Urbach, the founder of Render, was also featured in the Apple event. So also a massive accomplishment. That was in October. So if we look at the price of Render, Around October, it's pretty much doing nothing, and that's when it caught light. So since we've had the Apple keynote as well as also the Solana conference, this has been in a massive uptrend. Now, it may look scary from a first glance, but if we just look closely, what you'll notice is we had the breakout from the prior all-time high, and this is when we're in confirmed price discovery. You can also see the strong volume that's backing it. A lot of people don't realize that, yes, it's going in a straight line, but in that period, we have had massive pullbacks. So we've dropped down 30%, we've dropped down 26%, we've dropped down over here another 26%, and then we've had this recent drop off again, around 30%. So Render, in my opinion, is also a massive buy, massive infrastructure for the metaverse. And the question is, who is going to render the metaverse? So massive play on Render. Highly recommend checking it out. These are a few of the plays that I'm looking at when it comes to the metaverse and play to earn gaming. None of it is financial advice. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.